Welcome, everyone, to the grave. Tonight, episode 2 of our spy thriller, maybe? There's certainly secrets that these lot have, but, well, let's just dive into the night. First off, everyone, I need you to do a rouse check. It has been a taxing night so far. And your undead bodies need to sustain themselves. So we will see if you get hungrier or not. Harland does. Anastasia does not.
How do you do a rouse check?
Roll 1d10. There should be a button underneath.
Right below hunger.
Yes. Button underneath.
Right below skills.
Oh, I found it. Yes.
Yes.
Alice
Thank
does
you.
get hungrier. And Delilah does not. Which leaves us with our first scene. Having left Delilah's club and the chaos of a bomb threat, both Anastasia and Harland return home to recuperate and potentially answer some questions. Where are you? Are you in the car? Have you arrived? Are you home?
I'll allow her to decide that, as I have not been paying much attention.
I imagine we would just be pulling up outside the house at this time.
I get out of the car and head inside.
Bit annoyed because he's just left me. And it's a gravel driveway. Wonderful. I will follow him inside the house.
Where is this house located?
I think that's up to you. Harland, I think it's probably your place, right?
Yes.
Would you have bought some extravagant apartment in the middle of the city? Would you have a townhouse on...
Townhouse, more privacy.
So in that case, this place probably is several stories high, a terrace of connected houses, all extremely expensive, painted white, and they're huge, all of them. But yeah, you ascend a few steps to a very ornate door.
Just walk in. It's got a nice little RFID chip key that just activates from my pocket. And continue, leaving her in the dust as I go in.
Yeah. Harland, how you feeling?
Not good. His nerves have calmed, but not his anger. He does not like to be fucked with. It hasn't happened for a long while, so caught him a bit off guard.
Anastasia, how are you feeling?
Shaken. This strange comes out of nowhere, and second bomb in one night. It's a lot.
I think the tension's probably just hanging there for a while. So if neither of you initiates a conversation, I have some questions for Harland.
Yes, please. Arland is brooding. He's probably walked over to his hearth, got it lit,
Okay.
and is debating whether he's going to sit down or not, and just pacing.
Harland,
Yes.
explain to me, what does the Tender app do?
The Tinder app. Well, on its surface, it's nothing more than a dating app. That is what it looks like. That is how it functions, honestly. Not really any hidden code or anything. Just a dating app. However, there are a couple of flags that you can put on your account, and keywords, mostly, that if you've received an invitation from someone in the know, perhaps another immortal, you get a flag going from an internal part of our company that helps you find others of your kind, to arrange deals, to chat, maybe to make some trades. It's in this age of technology, you don't have to meet in an alleyway anymore in the cover of night. You can arrange a meeting in a home ahead of time without anyone knowing or seeing. Makes it very, very easy to have deals, and if you've got a certain flag, you might even be able to find a meal an easier way, more discreetly. Hence why I want this to go through, because it is very lucrative and desired by many. And if it doesn't work, that's back to the drawing board, and this one has been done very meticulously.
Well, that's the problem. It doesn't work, does it? I'm wondering.
It does work.
It's been hacked, though.
We're working on
And what would you have told your tech lead to prioritize in terms of returning function to the app?
It was tracking down where that originally was sent from. I believe was the order I gave Jonathan.
Okay, yeah.
Because I need to know some sort of traceability. The moment he finds any hint to back off so that he's not counter-traced, though I'm sure they assume that we're going to be looking for them and know where our headquarters is, so it's not a huge deal. But I do want Jonathan to remain safe. So after that, returning any functionality possible, we would have put the app down for a day, though it isn't in public use yet. It's more in a beta. We want to get this deal secure before getting it fully released. So it's not a huge risk if we have to take it down for server maintenance.
Of course, of course.
At least that's the front. I'm sure our prince is more suspicious than that, as they saw something.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure your beta testers are very curious as to exactly who Yosuke Kubo is.
Thankfully, they won't find anything on him. I've made sure of that. But that's why the name is so frustrating to see. It should be wiped. Should be. It was thorough.
I think you get a message from Jonathan, your tech lead, saying that he has found a potential link to the perpetrator via some forum posts. Seems to be the user has asked some very specific questions about similar infrastructure that you're using.
This is in-house proprietary. We should not have this. Send back to Jonathan to do something to get information on this user. Maybe cross-reference, see if they use this username anywhere else. Any other forums, any personal information in a post of any kind linked to those other forums, other social media, anything at all.
You get a message.
Get back to me.
You get a message back that says, "I'll do this, but I'm an engineer. I'm not a hacker."
It's just social searching. You're not hacking into anything of theirs. Just looking to see if they did anything else with this username. Or something similar. Looking for patterns. Engineers are good at that.
Meanwhile,
Can't find it, let me know.
Meanwhile, Anastasia, you can see him tapping on his phone, agitation in front of his fire. What are you doing?
Keeping quiet and probably just sitting down and just trying not to catch his eye, because I also know I kind of want him to be distracted so he doesn't remember what happened at the club when I compelled him, because that is not going to sit right with him.
You are still feeling that bestial urge towards rebellion. And whatever you want to do that with that is up to you. But are you going to talk to him at all?
Kind of scared to.
Put my phone away and start looking around the room. I've just had my eyes on at this point. They're red. They're bestial. Not really caring at the moment. And I spot my old china and walk up and just throw the entire cabinet over.
This antique wood, glass, and pottery sprays across the floor. Most of it hits your foot, Anastasia.
Replace this.
What?
Get in an order and replace it. I'm not gonna repeat myself.
There's thousands of pounds worth of china.
And? And?
And you're being excessive. And you need to break it.
I think excessive is stopping me from protecting you. Wouldn't you agree?
I wasn't stopping you from protecting me. I was stopping you from murdering someone unnecessarily.
The one that said their life had no meaning, right? The one that said they didn't care if they lived or died to their cause. The terrorist, the one who had your throat. That one, the one who was kill you. Right, that one. Yes? Are we talking about the same one?
Yes.
Good. Just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. Fucking replace this.
Fine. I'll fucking replace it.
Good girl. I need to hurt something. Get me something to hurt. No.
Well, you obviously wound up and hungry, aren't you? Hasn't stopped you before.
I want something to hurt.
What do you want me to get you, a pigeon?
Fucking care. Feed after. I need something to hurt. I need something to let this anger out. I need something.
I'm not going to find you a punching bag.
We pay the medical expenses.
You're being deranged. Go and calm down. Stop looking at me like that. I said I'm not doing it.
Anastasia, I'm losing my patience.
And I'm losing mine.
I walk out of the room. You're not going to talk to me like that next time I come back. Understood, little dove.
I'm gonna use unseen passage.
Do a rouse check. And Harland, you blink. She is not where she was. Or anywhere. Where do you go, Anastasia?
I'm going to walk through to the kitchen. Well, I'll have kicked my heels off so he can't hear me walking around. I'm going to go to the kitchen. I'm going to get a glass. And then I'm going to go to the fridge and get one of my reserves. Also, I want a knife. I'm going to pour half of one of my reserves into this glass. And then get the knife, cut again into my wrist, and pour that into glass, because if he's going to drink, I want him to feel painfully ill over it.
Cool. I like it. And you, I assume, leave it somewhere he will find it.
I'll leave it right on the counter's edge. And then I'm just gonna go and put my back up against the wall and wait and watch.
Harland. What's the first thing you do after she disappears?
Punch a wall. I break a knuckle.
Probably.
And immediately attempt to heal it and shake off the other superficial wounds that I'd already had from.
At this point, you've still got a slice across your face from your interaction with the robed woman.
Yeah, the anarchist. Or something. Yes. And, yes, I'd love to heal that, which,
That would be another rouse check.
yes.
What hunger are you at?
2.
Okay.
Rouse.
You don't
Succeeded.
go to hunger 3.
Good. Just.
The bestial side of you, the side that demands control, is quiet compared to some nights when you've been extremely hungry. But as always, it demands blood.
He does seem to try to calm down. What were you going to ask?
How long does it take Harland before he realizes the blood is on the counter?
After he walks into the kitchen area. He's probably shoved past a couple of servants. He does indeed have a herd, and he employs them as servants mostly. Also where sometimes Anastasia might get some of her blood. Sometimes. But he shoves past them. He's in a bad mood and They don't tend to talk to him anyway.
They wouldn't dare.
No. Checks his phone a few times, sees if there's any updates from Jonathan. Notices there are not. Calm the fuck down. Hold on. She's right. Alright. 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 Okay. At least left something else. He grabs it, sniffs it, catches her scent, and takes a gulp.
Absolutely. It tastes mostly like her blood, but something different about it. And after you swallowed, you feel the catch in your throat immediately.
Fuck.
Would you like to spend a willpower point to keep this down?
Yeah. He's just gonna look at it, chug the whole thing, and spend a willpower.
Do it.
And then slam the glass down, shattering it, and walks out of the kitchen.
You are at 1 hunger. What did you think of that, Anastasia?
I'm annoyed it didn't cause him more discomfort. I'm going to now leave the kitchen, go upstairs to my room, and get a bag. And I'm gonna pull a box out from under my bed. Grab some clothes and things that wouldn't normally be seen as part of my wardrobe and just stuff them into this bag. Now I need to see how busy is it, like with the servants and stuff in the house.
It's probably around midnight, so I imagine the amount of staff is minimal. Maybe 2, 3 people. That won't be hard to get past.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and quietly make it down the stairs into the front door.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't think there's any way anyone could stop you. You leave out the front door.
Perfect.
That is a good place for us to switch to Delilah and Alice. Both of you have gone from Delilah's club to Alice's place of work, or domain, in search of answers. Alice says that she has some records which might be able to help narrow things down. Do you say anything to each other in the car?
I'm
Probably
just
very
be
visibly
watching.
nervous. I would say that's it for me. Sorry, go ahead.
I'd just be watching that. I want to see why.
Do you give any indication as to why you might be nervous?
depends on how like hard she's looking. I'd probably just be like, with whatever journal I had on hand, I'd probably be going through it and rereading notes and trying to figure something out. Because, I mean, I keep all of my files deep under the clinic for a reason, probably. Probably don't want them out.
Agitated. Is there a problem?
Inviting you under the clinic feels like inviting someone to watch me defecate. And I'm nervous. It's private. No one else has been down there, you see.
Right. Well, whatever you've got to show me, I can assure you I've seen worse.
I mean, it's nothing horrific by any means. It's just... no one's ever seen it before. I mean, I'm okay with the way it looks and the way it's organized and filed, but what if it doesn't work for you? What if you can't find what you're looking for? I mean, it can seem rather robust.
What you choose to do in your own space is entirely up to you, darling.
You choose to do things. Interesting.
Do you not?
Not often. It's easier this way. There's an awful lot of responsibility on your shoulders, clearly.
Yes, I suppose so.
And that never makes you tingly.
Yes.
And you are okay with that?
I suppose it depends what kind of tingly you're talking.
Any tingly? Why would you want to be tingly? Sounds like a terrible sensation. Where would it happen? You know what? It's off topic. I do hope the gentlemen who are to help us lift the items have washed their hands.
They're very clean and very discreet. Don't worry.
Both of them
Good.
offer their hands, both sides. They've even scrubbed underneath their fingernails.
Alice probably won't like bend it and make it obvious, but it's probably pretty clear. Her nostrils flare, like she sniffs. All right.
If there are additional precautions that would make you more at ease, feel free to let us know.
We will be walking directly through a waiting room of the clinic, so
Right.
maybe not bringing attention to yourselves might be. Can you look like handymen?
They look at
What are
each
they
other.
wearing?
They're, I mean, what are they wearing? Delilah?
Suits.
Suits.
Oh, perfect. Okay, no, this is cool. Okay, yeah. We can just, you know, it would be better if the patients thought maybe we're being audited or investigated by the FBI for something terrible. That would be better. Maybe you could.
Look down at my outfit. And there's a lot of cleavage and a lot of leg going on there.
Maybe Scully and Mulder, but that's about as close as you're gonna get.
It will be fine. I'm well versed in the way of people.
I can hobble if it would make a difference.
No, we wouldn't send a hobbling patient to a clinic. We can just pronounce loudly you have a hot itch. That would make sense. No one would want to ask or look, to be honest. They might scoot away even.
Right.
People are really afraid of itching. It's quite strange.
Right. I'd really rather distance myself from that kind of thing. Perhaps one of the gentlemen could have an itch and I'm just there showing concern.
Oh, excellent. What if you're members of like a cabaret? Can you sing? She looks really excitedly at the two very serious looking men in business suits.
I don't know, boys. Can you sing?
One of them looks confused and one of them looks a little bit sheepish.
Excellent. This is perfect. Keep that. This is what a cabaret would look like if one of you had a hot itch. Right?
Right. You're very creative.
I'm observant.
Apparently so.
I don't think I've ever forgotten anything. It can be exhausting. Cabaret is a fabulous film, by the way.
And at this point, you arrive nearby the clinic.
I'll probably just direct them to park like straight up front, probably in like one of the, handicap spots. Like a terrible person. Or like, the loading zone where ambulance would go.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
Yep.
Meow. Yeah, and just park there because I don't know if they understand the scope of how much they're going to be lifting, but like the farther away from the building, it's going to be worse. It's going to take forever, So I just try to get them as close to the door as possible. And then I would take out a little, like one of those little alcohol pads you like rip out of the little tinfoil thing and like wipe the handle of the door off real quick and then open it and get out and like settle myself and then wait for everyone to come out and just follow me in. And I'll just start business walking straight in. And then once we actually enter, like usually, you enter the sliding doors and that's the waiting room right there.
Mhm.
I just loudly like, don't worry, your very hot itch will be treated. Just follow me. Looking around it. I don't know how many people are there. What time of day is it right now?
It's probably past midnight at this point, for sure.
All right, so there's probably like 5 people in there, but they're either like drunk or so severely maimed, nothing, like they wouldn't.
Yeah, like this is a place full of students and teenagers and drunk people at this point. Yeah, one of the suited guys just looks exasperated and follows you. And Alice, at the end of the corridor, you spot your boss. He seems to be talking to someone else, the opposite end.
I am going to push everyone just into an examination room because usually those halls are lined like door after door of examination rooms, and probably just shoulder everyone into one room and close the door and lean on it. Very uncasually, and just wait, like, does my boss come down this corridor? Do they turn off?
They come down
I'm
the
not the
corridor
type to approach, so I would never do
towards
that.
you. They
Good
walk.
evening. Can I help you?
Good evening. I didn't expect you to be here tonight.
That's because you're never here. That's okay, though. You seem to manage things quite fine. Can I help you find something, though? You seem lost in the clinical area.
I'm not lost. I'm just wondering what's going on.
Clinicians treating patients, I assume.
Can you make me a charisma plus persuasion roll, please?
I sure can do. Hold on. Plus persuasion, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Where's my persuasion?
In the middle, in the middle column somewhere.
The heck?
Oh, in the drop-down list. Right.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you this last week as
No,
well.
you're totally fine.
When you do the roll, you gotta flip it around. So you click on persuasion first, and then select the other part because these sheets are backwards from how the rules are written.
Easy.
Easy.
What? I don't know. What's my difficulty?
I think in this instance, the difficulty is like 2.
All right.
He looks at you suspiciously.
Are you having gastrointestinal problems again? Were you trying to find drugs without making an appointment again? It's not embarrassing. The doctors have seen so many the butts.
What are you doing here?
Working, as per usual.
go
Do you
work.
know what I do for you?
He racks his brain. You're gonna have to tell me.
If you give me a few minutes, I can write up a really nice job description I'd much rather have than the one you hired me for. I'm the clinical coordinator, meaning I coordinate clinicians, patients, paperwork, filing. Currently, the project you have me doing is digitally typing every file from the past 25 years into the computers, because apparently paper's not good enough anymore. And I get my best work at night when there's less people. Why are you here?
I'm here because I'm working here. Go do your job then.
Sir, yes, sir.
And he just kind
Thank
of
you for your time.
he moves out the way, but doesn't go anywhere and just watches.
She probably just bustle off down the hallway into another patient room and probably like, you know how you walk into the patient rooms and there's like just a clinic room, you know, there's like the weird ass chair bed that they have you sit on with the paper, the crinkly ass paper, and there's like usually a tray. She'd probably like fling the tray and the metal trolley it's on and all that and make like a big mess in one, like the biggest mess you can make in one blow, and then scream that it wasn't organized, it was a filthy place, and rush out into the hallway and start screaming for help from anyone. And pretty much everyone in the clinic knows how like particular she is. So I imagine a couple of very scared, low-paid people would start running at her down the hall and join her in the doctor promptly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of a commotion happening now. Where are you going next?
I'll be standing in the hall because I would have just like those hallway. This is American clinics. I mean, we're probably terrible. Who knows? But the rooms are like as big as a broom closet, and there's just tons of them down the hall. They try to squeeze in as many as possible. So it's not like I would have had to make more than a step to really get to another room, open it, and make this huge mess. So they'd probably be like on him. Like all these people be around him. There'd be whatever spilling into the hall, like trying to clean it. And when anything happens like that, where like things that have been sanitized for a specific patient room have now exited the room, you have to do like a full-on sterilization, like tape up the room and bring in a team. So it's like a whole thing. Like yes, he'll probably be pushed down the hall out of the way by all the nurses and anybody who matters. Sick burn.
Okay.
And I'd just be making like a fuss, like, these are the people you hired. Do you see this? You don't even know what I do, and I'm probably the highest paid person in this hallway right now. What do you do? What good are you? Can you go to your office and figure that out for us while we clean up this enormous mess? Those are sharps, ma'am. Can you not cut yourself? And now we're gonna have an issue with FMLA. Thank you so much for your help this evening.
Your boss is suddenly overcome with confusion and panic at having to do all this extra work now. And begins coordinating a lot of people and takes his eyes off of you for like maybe a minute. Delilah, what are you're experiencing this from the opposite side of a
I'm
door.
totally listening through the door, and I can see what she's trying to do, and I know it's not working. Or if it's working, it's not gonna work for long enough for what we need to do.
I think your insight is that you have enough time to get yourselves to where you need to be, but you're probably going to have to find a different way out, or something else to distract on the way out.
Right. In that case, I'll sort of gesture to the guys with me, step out of the door and glance around for her, make eye contact. Is she still in visual range?
Yeah, if I saw you guys, I'd probably like, much like someone in the ER would or something, like grab your arm and very caringly be like, this way, let me get you away from this disaster before a patient is harmed by hospital error, and like get you down the hall. Like I'm going to take you to a more serious room or something, which is the way to the basement. And if we get, are we gonna? It's fine. Like he's coordinating and actually working, and we get down the hall.
Yes. But you
Sick.
know for certain that he's gonna fucking check up on you.
Ah, whatever. So when you get to the end of the hall, instead of like patient doors with like a normal doorknob, it's gonna be one of those heavy doors with a huge steel bar that you like have to clunk in to open, like a fire. I think they're fire safe doors. And Alice will take out like a key ring with a moderate amount of keys on it, unlock it. You'll hear it click, and then she'll swing that door open, and it just looks like a fire escape, really. But we're not on a top floor, so obviously you're not going down a fire escape. Like we're gonna be going down into a basement, and she'll get them into the landing, whatever, plunk the door, click it, like heavy ass fire door, whatever. And then she'll start taking them down the stairs. And the hallway and the stairs is like disgusting. Like if you imagine, this actually is in hospitals. If you ever worked in a hospital or been in the basement of hospitals, it's just lined with dead hospital equipment, like broken, rusted gurneys and, microscopes and broken computers from the 70s and 80s and whenever they first got them, and like just everything, every matter. It's just this very like perfectly Alice-sized trail, through the chaos down into these corridors and down the stairs. And it just looks like literally someone stood at the top of this landing and like fucked gurneys off of it for years, basically. Like every time something, went bad or wasn't good, they weren't going to get insurance, office chairs, whatever, just hucked it off into there. But there's like a perfect trail. So the guys, like, depending on how like muscle they are, they might be walking
They're
sideways
bumping into things.
yeah. I imagine their shoulders are definitely not
the class.
Delilah's like delicately in her designer heels, just like clip-clopping, like
yeah. Oh yeah. And then the lighting is like that icky fluorescent lighting that's like zap blinking, like the light bulb hasn't been changed in
It's
20
yellow,
years. So half the time
it's
you don't
disgusting.
know.
Yeah.
It's absolutely foul. Like
Delilah,
it smells like mold, like wet, mildew.
This place is supremely not your vibe. And I think that's going to actually trigger your Toreador Bane, in that if you want to use any powers down here, you're at a -1.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it's technically clean, right, Alice?
It's clean. Yeah, there's
clean,
not a spot of dust.
There's just shit everywhere, like chaotic but clean. And
it almost looks like it was made, like built out of the chaos. Like she built a wall, kind of, like has just been packing it in for so long.
Fascinating. Like modern art.
Just don't look at it. It's fine. And Alice will kind of pick up speed, realizing she's probably not the only one uncomfortable in the chaos.
Trying not to.
And then once we'll probably walk 3 minutes. I don't know. It's not that long of a way. It's just, I would say it's probably the equivalent of like 2 floors of fire escape stairs down just this chaotic nonsense pile of gross. And then once you get to the bottom's completely bare. Like it's just a clean, like it almost looks like brand new cement was laid or something. Just like this kind of 5 by 5, 2 meter by 2 meter. We'll go 2 meter by 2 meter room of like just freshly laid cement. It looks like it's just pristine. And it's got another one of those heavy like fire safe doors with a huge nasty bar thing on it. And she clicks it and opens it, and instantaneously the fire escape that was like at one time just the dingy, disgusting one flickery light, 2 floors up, whatever, is just filled with like this warm glow. And it reveals what seems to be a never-ending hallway just lined with millions of journals forever down this hallway. And as Alice enters it, fighting off a hound, it's crazy. The dog's in my basement these days. Right. As Alice
We're
enters,
infested.
it's a problem. Werewolves. I'm telling you. Like I've hired exterminators.
Yes.
I've bought traps. Like poison. I don't know what else to do.
They're in the
Shaman,
walls.
maybe. It's just insane. But yeah, as she walks through it, one light will like turn on above her in that little, probably like a 2 by 2. It's a very dim light. And then as she moves, like that one will turn off. Then another one turns on, because light hurts books. But it literally, you cannot foreseeably see an end to it. And it's just a lot. Theoretically, her lifetime, written multiple times over. She keeps spares.
Delilah will like trail a fingernail across just across these books very gently as she's walking.
The books are all like they're just like rough leather bound, you know, nothing's fancy, not like rich mahogany, whatever. But they all have like
Mahogany books.
well, yeah. Wow. Maybe they are mahogany books. They all have like symbols burned into them of some kind of cataloging system, you know. Something that she's come up with. Because no cataloging system goes that high.
Fascinating.
Thank you.
You have a good idea about where you want to start. Probably pull out a box full lined with these things with the symbol burnt into each. What are you looking to find in this vast library? So, from last week, the connection that I think you would be able to make would be the person that you found, Paul. He was on your books. You might have more information about him. And Delilah, if there are any questions you want to ask.
At the moment, I think I just want to watch her work. I'm watching her because I still don't know the connection with what happened at the club. And I'm trying to figure her out. Like what her mood is when she's doing this. Is this organization system, is this like something she gets off on, or is this a necessity?
Alice would probably like she'd probably be like looking at the shelves. She doesn't really know like exactly what you guys are looking for. I think I probably assumed she assumed you just were going to take all of it, literally read every single page forever until you found what you needed. That's probably what she would attempt, you know, in her mind. But they're more like where we start at the door is the most recent ones, and then you would go back to the ancient ones. She'd probably move down a ways from you guys, probably like, I don't know, a few steps, probably like 5 or 6 steps, and just be looking at the older ones like old friends, like memories, you know, like she'd be doing kind of the same exact thing you did, like running her hands down the spines of them, pulling boxes out and just looking, like kind of like when you look through your attic after living in the same house for 10 years, it's like stuff you own, you know you had, but now it's new and exciting. And she probably wants to just sit and open and read them, but she's probably waiting to see, like, what are you guys looking for exactly? Like, what time frame or any specific at all? Because there's so much.
I don't think we had a time frame, right? We just had a name and...
You had a name and some information about them. Yeah, if you'd like to just do a intelligence academics roll, I can give you some
Jesus
information.
Christ.
Well, both of you can. And I'll give you some general information that will help you make links.
What was it again? The roll, sorry?
Academics plus intelligence.
This is not going to go well. Difficulty what, sorry?
Ooh, the difficulty on this, I think, is not important. I will give you more the more successes you get.
Okay.
1 success.
My hands freeze. Roll 20 just froze. Give me a second.
You're deep in research.
Yeah. I have shoved my head in a dusty book and passed out from the...
the rich sense of mahogany whisk you away. And yeah, Delilah, what obviously you're watching Alice through this, but you can pick some potentially relevant books. What are you looking for?
Oh. I don't think it matters. My goodness.
Blimey.
It worked.
I think she would, because she doesn't have huge amounts of information on this, and she's not familiar with the system. She's looking for basic references to this person, to the information they were given.
Okay.
But it's more of a skim. It's a
Each book is like no more than a full day, so it'd be super easy. Like you could flip and figure out a name in a day pretty easily. Like it's a lot of writing. I don't feel like it's too detailed, you know. It's not like you'll be reading about the color of tree leaves or something. Like it's more like detective notes, you know, like shorthand. Brown hair, name, height, whatever. Itched, burned, you know.
Delilah, I think
Stuff
you
like that.
find this first. You find the correct reference to Paul. And Alice, you expand on this significantly by then pulling out the relevant volumes.
Oh yeah, I'd probably get super excited and like wheel over one of those you know, those library ladders and scramble up and got the boxes.
You, I think, you find out that Paul appears to be, yes, your records confirm that his blood had signatures of people who have been fed vampire blood, ghouls. You also connect him to a place, a union building in the center of town, where he seems to work through he's like connected with the union, and a couple of the other people from your list also seem to, you know, be connected with this little social circle through this one building. And you can safely say that you would have visited that place. And two things, one for each of you. Delilah, you see some connections to the Toreador clan. Some financial records, the kind of and like names of places that remind you of, you know, clan affiliations that you've worked with before. And Alice,
Rats.
if this really is the place where the Anarchs are working out of, you feel a yearning for a person that you have lost. It feels pretty powerful. You remember? You want me to tell you? I'll DM it to you.
Yeah. I'm just writing it down.
That last bit, not so much, but you know.
He just DM'd me a fart noise. That's literally it. It's crazy.
When you get this feeling, would it be like over your face? Would Delilah be able to notice?
I think years of like working with people, her face would probably be totally like a pretty much blank canvas. But if she'd probably sit, like it'd be a numb leg situation, like one of those moments where her body just kind of like said sit. And she'd like slide down and squat on the ground and try to play it off like she had a heavy box or something, because, you know, things are super heavy to vampires.
I want to roll
Sorry
for
about
that.
that.
I'm going to be watching her really closely during this.
Yeah.
Delilah's all about insight.
Yeah,
He's scary.
you're trying to learn about this, like,
She's just had a reaction
this
of
reaction.
some kind, and I want to know what it is. I want to know what makes her tick.
Roll for it, Delilah. Insight plus composure. Let's go with that.
Difficulty.
That depends on if Alice is like trying to reserve any of this reaction.
I probably just play. I probably don't even know why I had the reaction, to be honest. I probably literally, like, you know, I don't know if you've ever had an emotional reaction like that, like your hands go numb or your legs kind of give out. They probably went wobbly and she like slid down with the box in her hands and quickly stood up and was like, I'm so sorry. They're not that heavy. It
So,
probably
yeah.
would take her a minute, and then she'd, you know, after she processed the thought, be like, oh, that's why I feel this.
In that case, I guess the higher the roll, the more you will be able to read into her.
All right.
It's not really a difficulty thing. 5 successes.
I would say, like, I mean, we have a pulse, right? We have a pulse.
Vampires, unless they intentionally activate a pulse, do not. They are essentially cold walking corpses.
So cruel.
It's beautiful.
Hmm.
Trying to think how you would show anxiety. It would be obvious. I don't know. How do you think you would see anxiety in me? Maybe I got fidgety. Maybe I start like, you know,
Got fidgety.
overly like, we've found what we needed, so I feel like I'm handing over the boxes, but
Mhm.
maybe I start like going through them really quickly, you know, like, oh, maybe you don't need these ones.
It would
Mhm.
probably be an anxiety response, like you would be like washing your hands with
Yeah.
alcohol rub, right?
Yeah.
You can read into this like a book, basically. There's deep anxiety here. There's definitely something she's not telling you. There's hurt, loss, the whole shebang.
Boys, stand at the end of the corridor for a moment.
They
Oh, I
do
wouldn't
that.
send them to that.
They're already gone.
They're never gonna find that.
Oh, not the very end, just away. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I mean, obviously anxious strangers are touching some of my finest works, but happy we kind of found maybe what you needed. I
That
thought
is
it would be much more of a venture. We haven't been here more than an hour. It's kind of impressive. Right. I assumed we hadn't been here very long.
Definitely under an hour, but getting towards it, I'd say.
Okay.
Research takes a
Ah.
while.
the beauty of teamwork.
You know, I've never worked with another person. Interesting.
Why do you
Does
keep
work.
them here if it's so difficult to access?
It's not usually difficult to access, to be honest. The gentleman we ran into upstairs hasn't been here in weeks. He just pretends he does. I think
Right.
he's been in the Cayman Islands golfing, or what is that sport with a stick and a ball?
Which
tiny short.
one?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Normally it's quite easy. I don't think anyone's even asked about this door. It looks heavy, so people assume it's work, so they just don't make eye contact with it, you know.
Right.
Humans are silly,
Yes. For the most part.
but also easily manipulable, as you can see. Spill one
Yes.
thing and everyone, oh, she's gonna eat us. Weird. Crazy.
Well, if you ever want to relocate for any reason, I can offer up the basement of the club. We don't use it often.
Relocate this, as she gestures down the never-ending hallway. The two gentlemen are, you know, God knows where.
If you wish.
I mean, that would be incredible, but the manpower needed,
We'd find it.
astronomical.
I know what it's like to have precious things you don't want others delving into, and I do appreciate your patience with us here tonight. And I'm sorry if what you read made you unhappy.
I thought she'll probably like visibly wilt a little. More like the failure to cover up her, reaction to that. It's all right. It's just sentimentality, right?
I know it well.
It's not my favorite.
I
But a
rather
good
like
number
it.
8 never fails to drown it out of the system, am I right?
Well.
No, I'm so sorry if I scared you or your gentlemen helpers. I in no means. Just
You didn't scare me. You intrigued me. Different.
would it have been intriguing if the bomb with my name on it had killed someone?
In a way. Not really the kind of intrigue I enjoy, but certainly motivating.
Am I going to die?
I have no idea. Are you?
I don't know. I never thought writing things down would lead to an explosive. Perhaps.
Well,
I just can't stop racking my brain as to who and why.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? And we'll answer it.
That's the problem, right? When you observe so many and write down everything.
And don't forget anything.
Exactly. Then nothing really stands out anymore, does it?
I'd never thought about it like that.
I mean, they all have strange behaviors. But, it all recycles over a certain amount of time.
How
But
so?
someone obviously thinks they're quite special. As she glances up and down, this crazy narrow hallway just lined. I have no idea who it was.
We'll find out. I don't like people trying to explode my friends.
I just don't like loud noises or fire or extensive amounts of heat.
Well,
My
if it's
name
any
written on objects.
If it's any reassurance, you would be exposed to those for a very brief amount of time if it had gone off.
Perhaps. Still, what would happen to these? Someone has to care for them.
Well, you said nobody opens the door.
Neglect. Rot. Bookworms. Ugh.
As with all things forgotten.
It is true. I guess we all end up in a crypt underground eventually, right? Why not this? Speaking of, should we scream for them? I don't hear footsteps anymore, but I also don't hear anything.
They'll be fine.
All right.
I'll just let out a whistle, almost like calling a dog.
It'll be
just
one of
know
those,
it'll echo well.
Yeah, it'll probably echo forever, like that, repeating itself up the walls, just making you think this kind of goes on, like the Matrix, forever. It doesn't, obviously, but it's pretty big.
I go to lay a hand on hers, and then I realize that's probably not something she'd appreciate, and just hold off. So it's quite obvious that I've done it deliberately to keep you comfortable. I wasn't sending
absentmindedly.
I wasn't sending them to intrude on anything.
Oh, no.
I just thought you might not want people to know how you were feeling. Discretion.
Oh, I appreciate that a lot, actually. I was afraid they would literally keep walking until, death, inevitably, starvation. I have not been to the end of this hallway in so many years, I can't even tell you. I did send a nurse there one time, though. There might be food. How many? No, that was 50 years ago. Never mind, there's not food.
Noted.
Speaking of, our other 2 companions whom are not with us. It's an interesting relationship, is it not?
Fascinating.
I at first thought maybe she was, stray. But then there was him, and then I was like, oh, she adopted a special one. Then he was so domineering.
Well, that's his nature. He likes to be
Really?
in control.
He seems to have a rather lack of it. To be frank,
Yes.
is that where she comes in?
That's the question, isn't it?
Interesting. I know so little of her. I mean, really, I know I've seen her many times. She's come to the clinic more times than I can mention, but not
Oh.
a note. I
In
have
what
not.
capacity?
Oh, the usual.
Ah.
Clean things. As we all do. I mean, nothing questionable, obviously.
Hmm.
But their interactions do boggle the mind.
I don't enjoy it when people mistreat their toys.
My question is, who is a toy?
We'll find out then.
I'd rather like to, actually. The mental image of a tennis ball chasing a dog is delightful.
Your mind is fascinating.
Thank you. I don't often have conversations lasting longer than 5.5 minutes. This is incredible. That, of course, is mandated by my boss because patients don't deserve more, I suppose.
You need a better boss.
You know, I've traded out for a few. They don't get better. People who want that position, not great. Taste bad, too, to be fair.
Oh.
They're all keto these days.
Ugh.
Taste like old fruity pebbles. Ugh.
No, thank you.
No, not at all. So what do you plan to do with my journals? Will they be secure?
Of course. We can house them in my apartment if it would make you feel more comfortable.
I wouldn't.
Right.
Lest an Alice explosive shows up once again. I would probably put them somewhere far away from anything you care about. It seems. I don't really care about the clinic, hence the location.
And yet the bomb came to the club.
It is interesting. They wouldn't be just actively following me, right? I don't do anything.
Maybe that's why.
I think you have an idea about why there might have been, or might have a role to figure out how a bomb could have gotten in.
Ooh. Into the club? Investigation?
You can investigate while you're there, but if you would like to delve more into your files, you may find something.
Oh, I would. Oh, I would.
That sounds
I think,
like
how would I know where to look? Go on.
academics plus wits this time. This is more of a connecting the dots than it is research.
Witty. That would make sense, because obviously, like, I wouldn't even know where to look. That was weird. All right, am I blind? Am I really not seeing wit? I know it's in the top ones, but in the bottom ones, politics, science, cool.
Oh, academics and then
Sick.
wit. Is that what you're
Haha. I think. Didn't you say intelligence and then wits?
doing? I changed my mind, so it's
Cool.
academics wit.
You get to do that.
Yes.
The lady can change her mind whenever she wants.
Madame.
Ooh. 2.
Someone stole all my good rolls. That's all I'm gonna say.
With
big
2, it certainly has to be organized. You doubt it would be, despite the obvious chance they had, you doubt it would be the person who broke in and tried to find/murder you.
Oh.
It probably had to be someone else getting
So-
in through a more official way.
Oh, that means more than one person wants to kill me. Sick.
No, they're probably working together.
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, yes, there's more than one person, but...
Well, that
Organised.
one guy, I mean, said my name out loud. That felt personal and creepy and personal. But this would probably lead me to believe it was probably a group.
Oh yeah, it's... I'll just
Would I
say
have
it's
any
directly tied to the Anarchs.
Okay, all right. Sick. So as I'm like shuffling through whatever area I got to via this terrible roll, probably literally 4 hours of journal reading. Delilah's asleep, like drool with a beautiful dress laid around her. Like a beautiful shot peacock on the ground. And I'm up there covered in dust and like glasses in my hair and everything, and I finally find it and just probably slide down the ladder like quickly to the ground to find out whatever you're doing. And it's more than it's a group. I think a group of people want to kill me.
Group.
I read a few books while I was up there. Probably was a few minutes. I apologize for the wait. I don't believe the bomb person was the same person. I mean, I don't. This is really hard. I think there's more than one person part of a group that are planning in accordance for me to die.
How would they have got a bomb into the club?
Insider information, I would assume. I have no idea though. Unfortunately, I never spend much time at the club. Deliveries and whatnot.
I look really angry for a second. And then sort of.
I mean, I'm not
shut it
saying
off.
it's like someone who works for you, but maybe a patron. I don't know. Someone who was got in fine with a bomb. You
Do I
medical
have
devices.
cell reception down here?
Patchy.
Uh-huh. I would instantly whip my phone out and contact Gregory. Ask him to collate, make up a list of all the patrons and all the staff who were in that night.
Yes. You get an affirmative response after, a lot of loading. But at that point, you are both interrupted by a, "Hello? Alice, you fucking down here?"
I'm sorry. And she'll start scurrying up the stairs, panicking who the hell has a key to that door.
Oh, it is absolutely your boss.
I will
sick.
follow her.
I'll probably scurry up the stairs, which I don't know if he would try to make it down the Alice path amongst all the broken nonsense amongst the stairs,
No,
but maybe.
he sounds very far away.
Yeah, so I'm assuming he's way up at the door. We probably like see his silhouette in the glow,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
blue medical light glow. So I'll probably
Peeking.
run up and I'll have like files in my arms and I'll do like the cute meat from every movie ever, every rom-com in the 90s. Like I'll just slam into his body like I didn't see him, and all the papers, and it's just nothing. Like it's crap. It's probably like just refuse, garbage or something. Just papers I obviously didn't care about. Will go all over him and I'll fall on top of him all cute, like, and be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Were you up here?" Oh,
He
What a
seems
mess
a little
we've
bit
made.
intimidated by this. I want to make you roll like strength plus subterfuge.
Performance.
I'll roll anything. Strength plus
plus
subterfuge.
rom-com. No, it's it's entirely superficial. You crash into this fucking guy and like send his coffee cup spiraling down the fucking corridor. And people like look at you curiously. They're not gonna help because they don't care enough. But yeah, you're now on top of him, and Delilah, you see an opportunity.
Sick. So I'm assuming Delilah like probably absolutely knows what's going on. She seems quite intuitive and intelligent. So as I'm like clambering off of him, like all the mute cutie and whatever, like, oh my gosh, your cold, gross coffee from yesterday is everywhere. I assume she's come up the stairs and shut that door behind me real quick, and then done whatever she's gonna do. I just would assume that would happen though, because
Yeah, I'll make sure that the boys have come with me. I'm not going to leave them in the endless corridor. But I'll sort of step up to him so that when he stands up and turns around, I'm like right there in front of his face, and I will use awe straight away.
Yeah, you get like a who the hell are you? Hi.
Hello.
Can I help?
I don't know. Can you?
Yes.
And she's like behind her back going, mm-mm. You can help me.
What do you need?
I don't know. What can you do?
He looks around and like picks up a bundle of files and just to make himself look more important. I'm the administrator here. Do you need something dealt with quickly? A medical situation?
Oh gosh, I came down here by mistake. I was feeling terribly faint, I'm afraid, but
that's not where you want to faint.
Quite well, no, absolutely. I've ended up all mucky and covered in. I really do with an, so I'm
right
somewhere a little cleaner and less this.
Of course. And he goes and he unlocks like what is clearly his office, and like opens the door. And says, I'll give you a minute, and I will be whatever you need.
Oh, thank you so much. Sorry, what was your name?
I'm Brian.
Brian. What a lovely name. I'm Delilah.
Delighted to meet you.
And she'll swat him on the chest and do that like trailer hand down him.
Yeah, he instantly goes bright red.
It's lovely to meet you, Brian.
Pleasure's all mine. I have to deal with that. And he looks around, and I'm assuming Alice is not there.
Absolutely not. I am in the office just listening to this conversation like,
she's actually throwing
this
up
is
somewhere?
the most, like, yeah, his wastebasket is overflowing. I'm just like thinking to myself, this is the most human interaction he's had in as long as I've known this man. Like, he's going to die. He's going to go have a heart attack now.
Yeah, that's what's about
but also kind of amazement and respect. Like, dang.
And she'll kind of like just press his chest slightly. You've never been to my club, have you?
Club probably bit fashionable for me. No, which one?
Club Rev. You should come along sometime. I'll put you on the list. And she pulls out a business card and just slips it into his shirt pocket.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea. I see if I can get a shift off. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Have a lovely night. Night. Goodbye. Good night. And he sort of keeps on turning round, and then awkwardly walks around a corner.
I'll look into the office. Shall we?
I'm sorry, that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you.
Did he grin?
Oh, he did more than grin.
I was starting to think he had a palsy of some sort. Or just far too much Botox. That was incredible. Do you know how long I've been trying to get into this office? It's the only key I don't have.
Oh, is there something interesting in here?
Probably not. But I just wanted it. I mean, you met him.
Well, there you go.
Wonder Bread.
Congratulations. My gift to you.
Bless. Is he still spinning? He is still spinning. Is he going to do that forever?
Probably. If you ever want to raise, do let me know. I'm very convincing.
Bless your heart. Maybe for the nurses, they work awfully hard. Lord knows I make the work for them.
Noted.
Could we? I'm gonna like go into the hall and like grab him. Kind of. Can I like scoot his spinning self as he spins into the office, like close him in his office spinning?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Is
like
that-
kind of like that ushering. You're just kind of like push, like
Yeah.
What's it called? Herding
Yeah.
the sheep.
Yeah.
What's it called? Herding. Okay.
Thank you so
the
much,
mahogany.
Brian. You've been an absolute gem.
Anytime.
She'll just close the office door so that he doesn't realize he's being shut in his own office.
Yes.
Softly, you just hear the pads of his very sad old tennis shoes spinning.
That is where we're going to take a break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes.
You're right there, Dan.
That was
So glad I was muted for all of that.
Jesus Christ.
We'll be back in a
That
bit.
was so good.
We find walking along the street all by herself is Anastasia. You look a little different now.
Yeah.
You are headed towards Delilah's club?
Mm-hmm.
Club Rev.
Yeah.
What's going through your head?
A lot of fear. Because, I mean, I'm allowed out and about as long as I keep to schedules in the meetings, but this is very different. I don't want Harlan knowing where I'm going. Hence the get up. I don't want to be recognized, especially if he's already got new cameras in Delilah's place.
It's the same night he won't, but there's still ways of him knowing.
Yeah, so I want to sort of be dressed in what he would probably describe as street trash kind of clothing. Wouldn't really catch his eye in any way. Try not to look like I'm about to burgle somewhere.
What does that look like anyway? So, as you're walking, I need you to make me a wits awareness roll.
Okay. Any difficulty?
The more you get, the more you see. One. So, you've had a short while after you left this house, a feeling. You couldn't place it. It wasn't with your other places that your mind was wandering. Until it just creeps up over you and you realize that you are seconds from walking into a trap. There's someone following less than a meter behind you now.
How far am I from Delilah's club?
You're probably closer to Harlan's place than the club.
I'm gonna turn around and face them. Just stop dead in my tracks and turn on my heel.
This guy also wearing like dressed down clothes, hoodie, beanie, all black and red. was clearly reaching out, and as you turn around and surprise him a little bit, he takes a half step back and then reaches and grabs your wrist.
Whoa.
Anastasia. I know what you've done.
What?
I can help.
Let go of me.
But then you'll go, and I can help.
Oh, help with what? Let go of my wrist. You're hurting me.
I know that you want to get away. I know you have an escape plan.
I'm just gonna grab the front of his hoodie and pull over. Who the fuck are you?
You might be able to recognize him. Would you like to do a roll?
Yes.
Let's just go with intelligence resolve. And it won't be hard.
I'm a bit blind. Ah, there we go.
One success. You definitely recognize him. You can't remember his name, but you saw him that time that you visited the Tremere Chantry. He's somehow linked to them. It's been so long. I've wanted to talk to you.
Why didn't you?
It's best to stay secret. It's best to not let anyone know what might be able to hurt you, but I can help.
I don't want your help.
But I have a way out.
And what's that?
I've been talking with someone and they don't like Harland.
Well, not many people do.
They want to take out Harland and then we can escape.
Me?
You and me.
What do you mean you and me? Wait. You... at Boomtown? Earlier tonight, there was I swear there was someone watching me.
Have
You've been following me.
I want to make sure you're okay.
You fucking stalker.
No, it's not like that.
It sounds exactly like that. You know what? I've had quite enough of people deciding where I go and where I belong and who gets to own me. And you don't get to replace. I only get to leave.
If you want to leave, I can help. But I don't think you want to hurt me.
Oh, I think you quite want. Because right now I do really want to hurt you.
If you hurt me, they'll find out what you stole.
I didn't steal anything.
You've been looking through people's things. I know what you've taken. Those
Maybe
powers
people
aren't
need to
yours.
keep their valuables locked.
I'm not here to hurt you. Whatever you took from the Tremere, it doesn't matter.
I don't think overhearing incantations counts as theft.
They won't see it that way. But I do. I understand. I want to help.
Okay, listen. I appreciate what you are trying to do. You must understand this poses massive risk to me. Being seen with you. And this was not part of my plan. Tell you what, if you please, very kindly, would just go back to the chantry, and I will call you when I think it's time to leave, and maybe we can leave together. She's trying to like hurry him along. I know I'm on borrowed time as it is. I need to get to the club and then I need to get back, and he is delaying me right now.
Oh, yeah. You could go call Harland. Just saying. Or you could do a charisma persuasion roll
Mm-hmm.
and see if he buys this.
The difficulty?
This is 3. Four. What? 5. The computer can't count.
I'll put my hand on the side of his fist, please. I will call you.
Yes. Yes, I'm so happy you understand. And he pushes a crumpled up piece of paper into your hand. It's gonna be great. We're both gonna be safe. And we'll be together.
I'm really running behind and can't let Holland think something is wrong. So I really must get going.
Right, shh. I'll keep it safe.
Just you and me, right?
Yeah.
No one else.
We could be vampires together. Yeah. Go.
Okay. Bye. And Anna will turn and start walking towards the club.
As far as you're aware,
Fuck.
stays where he is.
I will keep walking. I want to open that paper that he's pushed into my hand.
Yeah. Inside of it, you can see what is clearly a burner phone, as well as some sort of poem he's written, and at the bottom you can see it signed Vlasy Deshevsky.
It's got horrific handwriting.
It's very scratchy.
Oh god, this is very bad. Okay. I have to sort this on the way. I need to get to the club. Fuck!
The rest of
Okay, now I'm very wired.
Mhm. The rest of your walk is much quicker than you're used to, and you pretty sure that no one pays attention to you on the whole way there. And then you arrive with Delilah and Alice at the club. Now, Delilah, you are the one who has informed that Anastasia is at the front door.
Send her in.
And a guy comes to collect you as normal and takes you through to the VIP area. And you see them both. Unless, I don't know, is Alice allowed back here at this point?
Yes,
That's true. Would I be? Okay.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
and this would be like the private VIP area. There's like the VIP area for the customers, and then there's my bit, which is essentially like this place is an old theater, so I'd imagined it like one of the VIP kind of boxes
Oh,
up above,
Yeah,
so you can look down on it all.
mm-hmm. Yeah. You see a variety of people bustling. Some of them are looking up because obviously they're trying to spy someone important that they might want to bump into later. But aside from that, you have a pretty good amount of privacy here.
I'd probably like have some of the journals that we brought back and just be poring over them, like trying my best to pick out any detail I could find that I had missed.
Hello.
Oh, hello, I wasn't expecting to see you both here.
Is everything all right? I'll take that as a no.
Miss Winter, I was wondering if I could speak with you privately.
Right. Alice, are you all right here? Do you need a drink?
Oh, the 3 number 8s earlier were absolutely far too generous of you to begin with, but thank you so much. I have everything I need, really. Maybe another box of Bic pens would be excellent.
I'll send the boys to go and fetch some.
Thank you so much.
Quite all right. Just shout if you need anything. Not literally.
Oh, good. Thank you for the clarification. Didn't seem appropriate.
And I'll step out, leading Anastasia, and we'll go. This is on the top level, so actually I would have access straight through there. There are secret ways to get into this apartment, but this has just a plain door because there's oodles of security between down there and up here. So I'll it's kind of a fingerprint recognition lock into a door, and we'll step inside. It's this big open plan apartment, incredibly glamorous, incredibly extra. Marble floors and chandeliers. Come on in.
Thank you. Very lovely place you have here.
Thank you. Oh, you look different. Trying out a new look.
Say that. She looks very, very tense. Like, more than normal.
I'll lead her over to a big sort of sofa area, and they're quite ornate, velvety sofas. Sit.
She says straight away.
Do you need a drink?
I'm okay, actually. Thank you.
Right. You don't need to be nervous around me.
Yes. Sorry.
No apologies in here, please.
Okay. I need to. It's going to sound quite outlandish. I need a favor of you. And
Favor?
quite a strange request. I've never, you know,
No.
I need you to teach me how to
I'm going to need you to ask for what you want.
I need you to teach me how to feed. I don't know how.
Nobody ever taught you to feed.
No.
But you must have. You watched Harlan, surely.
He's
Well, how
never-
does he feed? Oh. So that's what that's all about.
Yeah. He has never taught me, and it benefits him to have not, because I'll starve if I leave him.
Starve. But he provides you with what?
But
Bagged. Oh,
how I know Alice, that's why I go to the clinic. I learned to. It's never been nice, but I guess I tolerate it. It's sort of a known cold. That's why I go to Alice. That's why I go to the clinic. We have stores and reserves at the house. Proper Kindred, I can't read. I was never taught, and he's purposely made sure to not teach me, so I'm stuck with him.
I wasn't a big fan of the way he treated you anyway, but now this is. I'm sorry that's happened to you. But how I feed, it's not how everyone feeds. You have to listen to yourself. What makes you excited or
I don't know what that feels like.
being excited.
Knowing what I want. That is dictated to me. Constantly, I do as I'm told.
Come with me. I'll stand up and walk into my dressing room. This big ornate mirror, a wall full of different headpieces and wigs and makeup and dresses all hanging open racked. And I'll sit her down in front of the mirror and stand over her shoulder. Take the hat off.
Look a mess.
You look beautiful. What you see in that mirror is not you. simply how you choose to present yourself today, and you can choose to present yourself however you want. How you appear is not you. It's what you choose to be. And the only way to know who you really are underneath it all, which one you like the most, is to try it all out. See what sticks. I can't tell you who you are.
Why not?
Well, because that rather defeats the point, doesn't it? Then you're just following orders. You have to start listening to yourself.
I don't even.
I'll take out a headpiece, like real big feathers, and place it on her head. How do you feel?
Ridiculous.
Sometimes being ridiculous for a little while is good fun. Doesn't have to define you, but maybe tonight you're not her. I'll take it off and replace it with something different, a sort of almost fascinator type thing with a little half veil. Very French. I can provide you with whatever you need in order to learn to feed, but I cannot tell you how you enjoy it. How Harland feeds is not how I feed. It's not how Alice feeds. It's not how many of the others feed. The only way to try. You have privacy here. I'll take my phone out and dial down for Gregory. Do you have a preference? Type-wise, I mean.
Type?
What does he feed you?
Blood bags.
I'll get Gregory to just send up a selection. One of each.
And after a few minutes, a party group arrives. They clearly think they're going to a nice, plush, extra special area. And in some ways they are.
I think the majority of them have never been in here before.
They look pretty ignorant. They're all holding drinks from back on the rest of the club, and they're all just pleasantly chatting, and they quickly occupy the room and make themselves comfortable, as Gregory informed them to do.
I'll walk with her through the room.
This is going to be interesting for you, Delilah,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm wondering if you're going to teach her about precisely how you feed.
Absolutely not. I would not put her in that danger.
This seems like
They choose to be here.
just a lot to take in. I'm sorry, I know I asked.
It's all right. In your own time. I'll sit her down in a corner away from everybody just so we can see them, but it's all right.
No, I should just go back. Just go back.
No fear. You want to be independent. This is the safest place for you to learn.
I'm so scared. I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
Of going through with the whole thing.
What whole thing?
Leaving. If I can feed, I can be independent. If I can be independent, I can leave. I didn't go well.
Is he going to hurt you?
Years ago, I'd had enough, and I wanted to leave. I didn't know how to feed, but I thought I'd figure it out, and I tried. But he caught on pretty quickly, brought me back to the house. He bit into my wrist so hard and drained me within an inch of my life. He kept me like that for a week, lying on that cold tile floor. Every couple of days he would come back into that room and he would drink again. I just begged him to kill me, but that would have been too kind. He held me there. So I guess following orders and wearing pretty dresses is its own kind of purgatory, because I've already felt hell.
Right.
I
That
can't
will
do that
never
again.
happen to you again. Never, ever, ever. That means Harland and I have words. Then Harland and I have words, but you are safe here from now on.
You can't know. You
Why?
can't know.
Right. Then he won't know.
Oh shit. What time is it?
What time is it?
It's getting. You are probably getting towards 3 in the morning. You have a few hours of night left.
What?
I'm supposed to be with him at 3.
Me too.
He needs to go.
No.
No, if
Who?
Harland, you go over. No,
No.
just. I can come and go as I please, as long as I stick to our schedule, the meetings.
But you want to leave this, don't you?
Yes, but I need time. I can't just go now.
Why? You're out. You're not there. Why?
I'm not ready yet. I can't just jump. I need to slowly pull my way out. If I'm late for this, he will know something is wrong. Lila, please, I need to go.
You can go wherever you want, but I don't think you want to go.
Can I come back another time? We can try this.
Of course.
Okay.
Whenever you wish.
Thank you.
Here. And I'll give her a slip of card with a number on it. That's a private number. Program it into your phone and destroy it. If you need help, dial it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be in touch. If I call from an unknown number, assume that Harland is with me.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna walk out, and as I'm walking out, I'm gonna put Lila's number into the burner phone. It was given to me by my favorite stalker. God, I hope there's not more than one. And I need to start running as fast as I can.
Hmm.
I'm in a window somewhere because I need to change.
Yes. First I need to know, Katie, is your camera working? Is your Zoom working?
Oh no.
Oh dear. In that case, we won't go to Katie. We will go... Oh, you need to change Anastasia. So, Delilah, before we go to Harland, is there anything you want to do?
I'm going to have Gregory look up all the information about Harland, about the types that he has requested from the club in the past, details of when Anastasia started coming to the club with him. So I want a timeline. I want as much information about that relationship as possible. My team would have been taking fairly intricate notes. So,
In that case, you get a list delivered to you shortly of not only that cross-referenced from your records, but also the records you requested previously from Gregory, cross-referencing exactly who might have been a possible insider, your clients and your patrons. So first, how long, this is a question for Harland or Anastasia, how long have those two been together?
About 30 years.
And in that case, you probably have at least 50 years. No, you probably have just over 30 years of records of Harland visiting your club. And so you know when Anastasia first started appearing as well. To gain an insight into exactly Harland's type, I'm going to need you to roll intelligence plus etiquette, maybe?
right. Would I have not have known that from before when he just came to the club to feed?
It depends on how particular Harland was while he was there. But I think to like nail down exactly what it is, you've got an idea that it's certainly fancy things, expensive things he likes.
And it's etiquette intelligence, right?
Unless you have another role in mind. Let's
insight desires.
Yeah, okay. Intelligence, insight, desires. That sounds good.
How do I what does the desires part?
That
how
gives
do
you
I
a
make
+1
that work?
dice when you roll.
Right. How do I do that? Just add it as a +1.
Yeah, there'll be a pop-up box.
So insight, what was it? Sorry?
Insight plus intelligence +1.
Difficulty.
Difficulty 2. 1. You can reroll 3 if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Spend a willpower. Reroll 3d10. You have the 2 you need. Going over documents and documents and ages, you come upon a peculiar incongruity where clearly he has a preference for people that have connections to well-known historical figures. And he clearly fed from one group at one point. That seemed to be his favorite. Possibly descended from Charlemagne or something ridiculous. But yeah, that's his type. Well known. A prestigious bloodline. Superficially, at the very least.
Little fanboy.
You also go through your client and staff records. And the staff brings up nothing about how someone might have snuck in a bomb. But you notice on the list of people allowed to enter at the front, the public section, there's definitely some people that you wouldn't have allowed in otherwise for a variety of reasons. They don't earn enough money to go to your club, really. They don't have the blood types that you're looking for. That is the biggest hole in your security, you think? Aside from the fact that someone busted in the back door and broke a bunch of stuff and then assaulted Anastasia.
Yes. I think security will have already been beefed up as a result of that.
There's definitely... You see a relation there. It's definitely an organized group of anarchs trying to get something from you. Oh.
I would call up whoever was on the door that night to find out if they actually came in through the front entrance or if they busted in at the same time as the intruder.
Your guess is no.
To which one?
Sorry. Specifically, your guess is no, that it was not at the same time.
So the question is, who let them in?
So, I'm trying to decide whether to tell you this now or later. I think I'm going to save it till later, Delilah. I'm sorry.
Edging me with information. How rude.
At this point, we're going to return to Harland. You've been waiting, Harland. You have some ideas. You have a response from Jonathan, your tech lead, saying that obviously your app is down for server maintenance. That's all fine. There's lots of response from people in the beta asking what the fuck's going on. But you've had no response to them, so just brushing them off basically. And no link, no further information on this anonymous forum user.
Well, I think what I'm going to need to do... 10 minutes before schedules with Anastasia. I know I've hired trusted hackers within the circle of mine. They're not cheap, though. Discretion is never cheap, but I think today might be a day to throw some money at them. Jonathan won't get much farther than this, I'm afraid. Oh, I think I'm going to need to send a message to Hal as he goes.
You send off a message. What are you asking for?
Discreet tracing. I think £40,000 was his fee last time.
In terms of your available funds, I think that's going to be all of them.
All of them? Shit.
Quick access, liquid funds.
Yeah.
That's your lot.
I need the information. So I'll pay his fee.
That's
I
3
need
dots
this
of
closed
resources gone.
What was that?
That's 3 dots of resources gone.
Ah.
But you have someone reliable.
I do. I can trust him. He also knows failure is not an option. And down they go. As soon as possible. Under no circumstances does any information you find go to anyone else. And if it's found out, there will be consequences, but there is trust here. You've worked well before. And then I wait for a confirmation of yes before funds get sent.
Yeah, you get a response that's like, I think I've got an idea. This won't take long.
Good. Funds sent.
And then you wait.
I do.
How long before you arrive, Anastasia?
Not long.
Welcome back.
I've got the file you asked for.
Ah, good. Good. Is the Prince meeting still on in a few days?
They're picking the venue. They don't want to risk a bomb threat.
Understandable.
It's also been moved up to tomorrow night.
We'll see them tomorrow.
Ah. Alright. Have they mentioned the venue? Or just they're moving it?
You'll get told an hour before, but it will be in the city.
Good. Alright.
You also get a warning. Ginger, the prince's ghoul and personal assistant, says anarchs are on the loose, and the prince is in the process of letting everyone know there's a blood hunt. They are fodder. But it's also a purge. Anyone caught breaking the masquerade will also be an unfortunate consequence of camarilla aggression. He wants the Anarchs and any possible insider dead. Anyone that
You
breaks
relay
the
this
masquerade.
information to me, Asia, or do you not?
Pardon?
You'd relay this information to me, or no?
Of course. All of it.
Very good. It's been a minute since there's been a blonde hunt.
I'm not
Right.
fond of them.
No, not particularly. They're too messy. Too fucking messy. Alright.
I
Do
want
you have
to-
anything else for me? today? Any other things, updates on your end?
Oh, the other cases, they're just plodding along. There's nothing much to add to them. I do want to apologize for earlier.
No, it was...
I'm sorry for raising my voice.
I'm a bit on edge myself. Speaking of... Someone's looking for you.
What?
Someone wants you. Is trying to blackmail me for you.
How? Why?
They wouldn't say why. Did you see that laptop?
I saw you breaking one.
Someone hacked into the app to blackmail me to get you. You can understand why I'm a little angry. Any ideas? Anyone in your past? Anyone who wants you alive or dead? I won't tolerate someone meddling. Or someone threatening you or me.
Not that I can think of.
Is she lying? I'd like to roll and see.
In that case, wits plus insight for you, Harland, and Alice. Anastasia. Reading.
Do I get my +1 on social?
Yes, you do. You get +1. Anastasia, charisma plus persuasion or subterfuge. It is up to you.
I'll say persuasion, but remember, I get -2 against Camarilla clans.
You do. Harland. It's written all over her face.
I just lock eyes and wait.
Okay, there's...
It's all right, I'm not angry at you anymore. I just need to know.
Someone's been stalking me.
The one you saw after the bombing, you mentioned?
Not that Paul, but
No, not Paul. You mentioned you saw someone.
for a second.
The body, remember?
No, not them.
No.
Not the purple robe people. I recognized him when you sent me to liaise with the Tremere. They allowed me to walk through the libraries, and
I recall, yes.
they weren't exactly secret about it, but saw them practicing. Didn't hurt to stop and listen. They couldn't see me.
Right.
I have a feeling someone did see me. And I've been seeing him pop up. I've been ignoring it. I thought I could. I didn't want to cause an issue. You're already so busy with the app. I thought I could handle it on my own, and I could show you that I could handle it on my own, but I can't. And sorry. I should have brought it to you sooner.
No, it's my misgiving for not letting you trust me to take care of things for you. Well, what do you know about this stalker? Did you see them again? What happened? Details. I need as many as possible, and I can look into it further.
I found this in my room, and I will pull out the crumpled poem with his name signed at the bottom and hand it to Harlan.
It says at the bottom his name, Vlasy Deshevsky, and it is clearly a love poem. Badly written, scratchy. Definitely implies a desire to be bitten by her. And Anastasia, you would have known this from reading it as well. Bitten by her and become a vampire.
She said she found it in her room. Anger flashes across Harlan's face for a second there, and immediately calls his head of security to him. He's angry and having a difficulty. Jessica.
Jessica comes up. Yes, sir?
You've had a breach. Anastasia's room. What day was that? Of what day was the note left in your room?
A couple weeks ago, I think. I can't remember.
A couple weeks ago. Check logs, check alarms, check cameras. Any of that. It could be someone who's able to not be seen easily. Anything of that sort. And look into this name. Find them and bring them here. I hand her the note.
Vlasy Deshevsky. Yes, sir. Question. Dan, you're head of security. Have you Googled them? Are they privy to the existence of vampires? Or would they be confused by this request?
I would say that she's in my herd.
Okay. So probably tangentially aware that there is something odd. Okay.
Yes.
Still confused, but goes away diligently.
Yes. We'll get him. We'll bring him in. And we'll figure out what the fuck he wants. And then take care of him as necessary. You're protected. Don't worry. I won't let this happen.
Well,
Is there anything else? Any other details? Any notes? And then we'll have to arrange a meeting with Ms. De Winter, probably, for an information exchange. I might actually want them at this meeting I'm going to with the prince.
I can get in contact with her.
Good. If there's been a bombing at her place and where I'm meeting, unfortunately we are tied. That'll be all. Thank you, Anastasia.
And I will leave the room.
Harland. Not long after she leaves, is there anything you're doing first?
Looking up just a basic VPN search on this. What I start. whatever the fuck his name was. Doesn't seem to matter to me.
Oh, Vlasi Deshesky?
Chesky, yes. Just seeing if I can find his name easily, if he's stupid enough to have any social media presence. Many people are.
Yeah, intelligence plus tech. Or tech plus intelligence.
Right. No +1 on this on my end. Just a regular. Any difficulty specifically?
2.
No, there we go. 4.
Little bit of research. You find Vlasi Kamarov linked to Vlasi Deshesky through several other usernames. Doesn't take you long to figure out exactly who this guy is. Definitely, through your political knowledge, a ghoul for the Tremere. Doesn't seem capable of breaking into your place, but looks can be deceiving. You also find a link where he is being clearly posting on the exact same forum the hacker has. From different usernames.
Might have found you on my own. Too bad I just spent all that, but it's good to have the assurances.
At which point you get a message from Hal, your hacker. You're going to want to work quickly on this, but I have a way of hacking into what it is, and if you where they are, and if you give me until tomorrow night, I can tell you where they are. Would you like to see them?
I send back the name of who I just found. Is it this person? And if so, I'm already getting them.
Doesn't sound familiar, Vlasi Deshevsky. I'll look into it though.
Same forum. They're tied somehow.
I'll look into it later. Sends you a picture of a woman. Hoodie, looks Japanese, and is clearly classic hacker. Big chair, very laid back, slamming fingers into keyboard. And on one monitor has the entire in and output of your app.
Any name linked to this hacker?
Possibly. Their name might be Natsuki Kubo.
That's what I thought. Yes, I'd like to meet them.
I'll find you exactly where this is.
Good. Thank you very much. Your work and discretion are appreciated. Put my phone down. Well, they'll taste good. I go and retire to my quarters.
Delilah. The evening goes quite well. The people in your apartment have a wonderful evening.
Of course.
You, unfortunately, get a message from someone. The name rings a bell initially when you hear it. a Mr. Pellegrini. Saying, with a picture attached, "Is this yours? We need to talk." And it's a picture of Troy from yesterday, looking a little roughed up.
How does the message come through?
How would other vampires often contact you?
Well, it
If they
depends
don't
how
know you.
archaic they are. If
Oh,
they're the old ones, they'll
not
send
archaic.
well then in that case I'd imagine there's probably some sort of number for contacting one of the staff.
That stuff, remember? Yeah. Brings you this
and Gregory
message.
would pass it through.
Gregory comes to you with this, unfazed by the entire thing.
Can I call this person? Is there a contact number attached?
Yes.
I'll call them then. And I'll walk out onto the balcony, just looking out over the city, somewhere private, to take the call.
You're looking out over the city, and after 3 rings, you hear the click. Good evening. Is this
Mr.
by any chance Delilah de Winter?
It is indeed. Mr. Pellegrini. Yeah, that, but, with the actual word that you gave me.
Yeah, Pellegrini, for sure. You say it perfect.
Thanks for that.
So, he is yours?
No, not mine. A recent client. Has he been causing trouble?
I'd say so. Look, I'm here in the city to make connections. Unfortunately, I had to leave my last domain. And we're clanmates. So I thought I should warn you that this man is under the illusion that the supernatural exists. He gets bitten by vampires. And wouldn't you agree that that is dangerous information to delude yourself with?
Absolutely. Well, he should be disabused of that notion as quickly as possible, I think.
Unfortunately, I can't get rid of evidence. The prince should know, shouldn't he? Have you heard about the blood hunt?
Blood hunt? No.
Yes. Terrible affair. Anarchs entering the city and trying to have their way with things. You know how they get.
Yes, they have been very naughty, haven't they?
Yes. Well, in exchange for that, they are on the chopping block. Fair game, as it were.
Right.
Along with anyone who breaks the masquerade.
Interesting. That should be fun.
Yes. Of course, I don't know any people that would dare to do that. But I think we should be friends. Protect each other in this terrible time.
I think I'd like that. Blood is thicker than water, after all.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Should I take delivery of the boy now, or would you like to come and do that personally? We could have a little fun with it.
I think you should bring a little entertainment to my place. I'm hosting the prince tomorrow evening.
Oh, really? Lucky you. Well, it's a date then. Have the information sent to my staff, and I'll see you then.
Excellent. I can't wait to be reunited with some true-blooded roses.
And of course, you're always more than welcome at the club.
I appreciate the invitation. Unless there's anything else,
I won't keep you.
then have a very good day.
And
Mr.
you.
Winter.
I'll turn the phone off and grip it really tightly in my hand. And you can just see that rage flash through my eyes for a second. I do not like being manipulated. And then I shake it off and everything's composed and back to normal. And I'll turn around and go back to the party.
That's an excellent place to leave our kindred for this evening. Thank you, everyone. CK, are you able to join us? CK has been like tugging hair out with tech problems. Everyone send your love CK's way. It's frozen. Okay.
Yep.
That sucks. I wanted to torment CK as well, but we're out of time. So next week. Oh dear. You're good? How is everything? I'll turn off the tense music. We can take a breather. There's nothing bad happening.
But I
It's
like
all
the
good.
option.
That's everything. I'm getting
Yeah.
things done. That's
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm absolutely not walking into
fine.
a trap and being manipulated by one
God,
of my
no.
own kindred.
no, never.
Oh my god, same.
I was saying, I'm just trying to protect my own. That's, I don't know what you. Fucking hate Harland.
We all do.
So do we. You're a prick.
Just figure I'm like, sorry, I'm an horribly an abusive manipulator. Like,
Dan,
I
you
want
know.
Delilah to hurt him so badly right now.
I want to watch Delilah hurt him.
You know,
That'd be
someone out there is going to be like, oh my god, Harlan, daddy.
Yeah.
yeah, when there's consent, maybe that sort of treatment's all right. But
Yeah, it's okay, Anastasia. You come and stay at the club with me. Everything's fine.
Oh yeah, Delilah's problem free.
Yep, everything's great. Everything's just peachy.
We can play dress up.
Yeah, we'll just pretend none of this is happening. Like, I had a dreadful cold. I couldn't come to your party.
don't call me out there, sheepy. Everyone just wants me in their campaigns to be horrible. I don't know what happens.
Oh dear. Yeah, is there anything anyone wants to share? Any campaigns going on?
Yeah. I've overcommitted like fuck, apparently.
Like normal.
Like
Thanks
normal,
for-
yeah, but
yeah,
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Millie 2.0. No free days at all, not never. Apart from
You want to be in
tomorrow,
another campaign?
technically.
No.
Not right now, please. I
No!
Yeah, so Sunday I'm playing D&D. I am Cinder, the red tiefling, painting myself entirely red. That was my choice, and I never said I made good decisions.
Hey,
That's,
look, I've got you right there.
that's over on Ophelia's channel. Monday I'm with Safi in a Firefly-esque sci-fi show, Drifting, playing Nomi, who is definitely not a robot assassin, over on The Wandering Inn. Tuesday I'm playing Phasmo over on Susanna Grace's channel. Wednesday I'll be doing Wild RP with Jay Britton. Thursday is our Game of Thrones show, After the Fire, on Follow Black Cats, where I'm playing a politician who can't lie. It's great. Nothing bad's happening to her at all either, and she definitely isn't being held hostage. Nope.
Dope.
And then on Friday, you got to the grave.
Yeah, and then we just go round and round until I die.
Well,
I never said I made good decisions.
That's why I said 3 episodes, because I know people are very busy.
That's smart. I will miss this though. This is so much fun.
And they were all
Like,
craving.
Please,
for so
please
much
already
more.
again.
Okay. Wait, can I?
Please.
Do I have to? Maybe. Yes. I mean, yes, I want to.
Yeah.
We'll see if
Yeah,
you die
we'll
next
talk.
episode. I don't know.
Well,
At the next
you
one, it's like,
contact-
so we're just doing this again next Friday, I guess. You know?
Yeah. Why don't you just contact Gregory and we'll sort something out?
Yeah, I've got you know my assistant.
Jesus
For
Christ.
now.
Oh dear. Just
I saw the
flashbacks.
shocking face right there for the.
No, it's just flashbacks to corporate. It's fine.
Oh god, that makes so much sense. I was the one who organised this.
You were, and I was the one who
Sucker.
did corporate for 10 years, so
Oh.
fucking hate channeling that. I really do. I know too many shitty startup CEOs personally.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not channeling anything.
It's the entrepreneurial spirit.
Fuck that spirit.
Bro,
It needs to be exercised.
Disruption. It's market disruption. Anyway, anyone else got announcements? Anything else?
No, I'm just playing more Elden Ring after this because I have no life, but also I have a chin that pierces the heavens.
Yes, we should do what I didn't do last week and raid into Dan.
So. I didn't tell you shit, so that was my fault, not yours. You're like, I'm sorry. I'm like, because you didn't know.
Well,
Dude.
what I should say before we leave is thank you everyone for playing. CK is smelly, can't refute that because she's not here.
It's true.
It's
I've met
true,
her.
terrible stench, but wonderful Malkavian. So we are raiding into. I was going to type Haaland then, but
Oh no!
finale
It's
of
No.
Stitch-
Don't conflate us, please, God.
Oh no!
I'd like to say I'm better than him. I hope my wife says that too.
Let's raid into Domestic Dan.
Awkward.
And remember that Stitch of Fate finale, the Vampire podcast, if you want more vampires next week. It's the big finale. Big
Oh, shit.
stuff happens. Don't miss it. Goodbye, everyone.